I'm Temkin, and this is Phantom, and I'm about to tell you why the Cowboys shouldn't sign Zeke Elliott to a long-term contract. Last week, Stephen Jones said at the Combine that the Cowboys were going to eventually give Zeke a long-term contract. He mentioned $50 million guaranteed as being the starting point. In a perfect world, you'd have control over Zeke over the next 4 seasons under pretty good value. Final year, the 5th-year option, and then 2 franchise tag seasons. That's where the Cowboys are at. But Zeke Elliott is far too smart to just sit there and take that. He can see the writing on the wall. So he's got to at some point use whatever leverage he has. He could hold out. He probably should hold out. If I'm the Cowboys, I've got to protect against that. I've got to draft a running back. David Montgomery from Iowa State, Miles Sanders from Penn State, Devin Singletary from Florida Atlantic. If they're available at 58, they're available in the 3rd round, the Cowboys do have to look at what do we do in case Zeke Elliott holds out. But the reality of the modern day NFL is that passing is more efficient than running. We're going to score more points over the course of the season, and on a points per possession basis, a very, very important metric in indicating success, when you pass more than you run. But when you draft a running back with a top 5 pick and then give that running back $50 million guaranteed money, you're going to end up running more than you pass, which is not the most efficient way to score in the modern day NFL. The Cowboys have built their offense and have been now 3 trips to the divisional round of the playoffs, trying to jam a square peg into a round hole. They're convinced that they're zigging by running the football when the rest of the league is zagging. Meanwhile, the rest of the league is scoring more points, having a more efficient offense, because they recognize that it's important to have an effective running back, but you cannot pour tons of resources into said running back. Running backs are important. How much you pay those running backs, that's the most important component of it. In a hierarchy of importance of players, quarterback, offensive line, wide receiver, and in my opinion, tight end and running back. Those are the priority positions that I'm going to pay the most money to. So you have to have an effective running back, but you need that running back to be cheap relative to market value. You can't draft a running back at the 5th overall pick, run it 60% of the time, and then pay that guy $50 million guaranteed and expect to win in the modern day NFL. The Cowboys have built a team to win in the 90s, and they have 3 trips to the divisional round of the playoffs to show for it, and 0 wins. 3 close losses does not equal 1 win. If the Cowboys do not take the money that they have and invest more into their passing offense, do they have enough firepower to win a Super Bowl? That's why they can't pay Zeke. Zeke's a great player. He's a great running back. In an ideal world, I'd have control over him for the next 4 years at a pretty controlled cost. But if he chooses to hold out, the Cowboys need to protect against that and use their money to spend wisely in the passing game. If not, what do they say about history? If you don't learn from it, you're doomed to repeat it.